All right, let's call this meeting over. Please rise for the flag salute.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Well, welcome everybody. You too, Jeffrey.
Thank you, Mark.
Any citizen desiring to be heard? Hearing none. Number 4, consideration possible action on approving minutes for January 31st.
So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. All opposed? Motion carries.
Did you get both of them?
No, ma'am. I just like signing one.
You gotta read the fine print too.
Number 5, consideration of possible action on meeting with Suzette Chain, Director of Guthrie Public Libraries.
Yes, good morning, everyone. My name is Suzette Chang. I'm the director of the Guthrie Public Library. Before I move forward, I wanted to make sure everyone received a proposal, and it looks like you are right now.
I emailed it out, but I made copies for today.
Okay, I have copies as well, just in case. And so, over the past 12 months, the Guthrie Public Library, with the consent of the city manager, conducted a survey, online and paper, where we asked customers what do they want from the library. And several questions were asked, specifically the program that we offer, is that something that is of interest to them? What type of programming would they like? What attracts them to the library, and what services do we offer? Do they know that the services that we offer, do they know about them? And so about 300 people participated, again via paper and online. And one of the questions, which I have a copy of the survey if you need, at the bottom it asks what did they want for or from the library, and almost 50% of them said that they wanted something that was more accessible to them. And so with the consent of the commissioners, we would like to explore what does that mean? What does more accessible mean? Could it mean more locations throughout Logan County? Could it mean annexes? Could it mean just the opportunity to have free internet access? What does that mean? The approach is that we have a strong volunteer base that is willing to ask customers that question to help flesh out what does that mean. Because they're volunteers, there's no cost to the county or to Guthrie. And so with the timeline that I propose, we'd like to touch base with you all again next year, again with your approval for us to speak to Logan County residents about what it is that they want and show those results to you.
Now, currently, does the library, is it like Edmond? If you live in the Edmond School District or South Logan County and you're going to the Edmond schools, those children can access the Metropolitan Library System. Is that the same way? Yeah, is that the same way Guthrie does for those that live out in the county?
Correct. We serve all of Logan County. Right now we have about 15,000 card holders, and we serve 46,000 people.
At the end, in a year, whenever this conclusions come back, there's only one logical step to go, is you're going to have to pay if you want to expand.
Right, and that's where we'd like to have the conversation with you all of what does that mean? What does expansion mean? Does it mean a mobile unit? Does it mean an annex? What does that mean?
But how is it funded?
Don't know yet. We haven't gotten to that bridge. I just want to find out what is it that they want first before talking about money and location, and that's a whole nother conversation.
Okay, so Ms. Chang, as one of the elected officials here on the Board of Commissioners, I'm not sure that you need our permission to do what you're asking to do. As a matter of fact, I'm sure you don't.
Okay,
You don't need our permission to do a study.
okay,
And, you know, with 50% of the people expressing interest in better accessibility, I understand that. But, you know, I could put a questionnaire together and get more than 50% of the people to express an interest in having free ice cream.
okay.
You see what I mean? So it all depends on how the questions are worded, right?
No.
But you know, I can get 50% of people say they want free ice cream, and then we talk about how we're going to pay for it afterward. And I understand that. The funding piece for expanding the library would probably require, not probably, it would require a bond issue. Okay. And any bond issue for this type of expansion would, in just my personal view, would probably need to be a bond issue that's a petition that's brought forth by the people, right, signed by the people, to petition the Board of Commissioners to put it on a ballot for vote. That's how your money comes.
Okay.
Now, I'll be upfront with you, that hasn't happened a whole lot in this county. The people that live here are not, what's the word I'm looking for? Not, they don't like paying taxes. Okay, so when we talk about a new tax, it would be a sales tax or something like that to support, you know, expansion, that kind of stuff. And I'm not saying that that's not necessary. I'm just saying that that's just the process. Okay. So first of all, again, I don't think you need our permission to do the study.
Okay.
And I'd like to discuss that if we need to as a board, but I haven't found anything where the
Excuse me, John.
no worries. That's all right. I haven't seen anything where the library system would require our permission to do a study on, you know, what would make the library system better. I mean, it's not, the county commissioners doesn't have a responsibility in your operation. That's your deal.
Well, because although we serve Logan County, we are the Guthrie Public Library. That's why I thought maybe consent is not the best word. You're being cognizant of our desire.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Yeah, understand that.
Okay.
Well, I certainly don't have a problem with you, but, you know, doing the research. I mean, I'm kind of like Marvin. I don't think you need our permission to do the research. So, I mean, why do you ask for our permission? Just out of curiosity.
Because you all are responsible for what happens in Logan County, correct?
Well, to an extent, yes.
And historically, the Guthrie Public Library has served primarily Guthrie Public Library. And I'm not sure if you all were part of that conversation when it shifted from just Guthrie to all of Logan County. Were you?
No,
No, ma'am.
Exactly. I have a problem with that. I think you all should be aware of what
Yeah.
is going on, regardless if it involves finances or not. Just being a part of that conversation
Sure.
is,
Now,
I appreciate that. But, I mean, if you need my blessing, I mean, I have no problem with you expanding your research. But
okay.
I don't know that you need my blessing.
Okay.
I have exactly the same.
Okay.
Yeah.
I have a question about, in the process of doing what you're going to do here, are you also going to explore what it would take to tie into the Metro library system? I think you and I both know what it does take, but because 2/3 of your people, they access things south, not north. And that would broaden this library up huge if they could, you know, get a book from, you know how it works in the Metro library system.
Well, actually, we do have connections, not just with Metro, but every library throughout the world. It's called an interlibrary loan, where if when a customer comes in and wants something that we don't have, we borrow it from another location on their behalf.
Oh, is that right?
Mhm.
You do that now?
Mm-hmm.
You see, that's something they didn't do
Mhm.
years ago.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So, Do y'all wanna make, I mean, she's got our blessing to do her research if she'd like. or-
I mean, again, I don't think she needs our official blessing. Now, I'm not sure that we have that authority, right, to start with. I would just move that we
I don't know that,
acknowledge what the public library in Logan County, City of Guthrie wants to do, and we would be happy, I'd be happy to support anything you want to do as long as it doesn't cost us money.
No, it doesn't. And again, to me, protocol is important, and so the city manager, the previous and the interim knows, wanted you all to know as well.
if I may, Marvin, on your motion, just to try to put it in a,
Understandable.
So, yeah,
Go ahead and clear that
exactly.
for us, Troy.
Okay.
I'm okay with that.
so basically you're gonna move that the board, and I don't even know that we need an actual motion, but if you wanna do that, that's fine, supports the Guthrie Public Library system in further researching, expanding services throughout the county.
Acknowledges.
Acknowledges.
Knowledge.
Yes.
Currently, yeah, I know it's the Guthrie Public Library. Is it directly under the city council or is it a standalone entity?
We are a department of the city of Guthrie.
Okay.
No different than the fire department, police department.
Well, I think in that case, if there were to be official action on giving you approval, there would have to be an interlocal agreement, which is a whole lot bigger beast. But I have no problem with you doing it either. District 2 does not.
And I respect you all acknowledging our request.
I'll second the motion.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. All opposed, motion carries. Thank you.
Thank you.
I do appreciate all the work you put in.
Did I get that information out there?
There you go. I'm surprised there's that many people who use it with everything being online though. I mean,
But there's so many things that aren't available online. We're working towards that. And many people in Logan County don't have internet.
yeah.
So they come from all parts of Logan County here to use our free Wi-Fi.
What's your largest demographic, just curious, use of the library, the seniors? Because they don't use internet and computers?
And actually, we're seeing a growing population of 30 and 40 somethings that are looking for a job.
Can you amp that power up a little bit? I can sit in the stables, eat me a chicken fried steak.
You know, in all transparency, I think the city is looking at the city becoming free Wi-Fi. Just haven't figured out how to make that happen yet.
I'm just teasing.
Well, it may be happening sooner than you think.
Alrighty, number 7, consideration of possible action on acknowledging
6.
6 is right. Boy, I done marked it off. Consideration of possible action on approving agreement with the city of Guthrie for repairs to Fairgrounds Road.
You want to do it?
Yeah, I've been in discussion with them. Have you read that, Marvin?
I have not, but I knew it was your deal. So.
Yeah, I'll let you glance at it real quick. Or all day, or
I don't need to do that for this.
they agreed to pay for the materials, and the county was going to do the labor on it and relay that road all the way to the end.
So you want, I guess we need to do it then.
So moved.
I move.
Second.
Yes. All right.
However you want to do it, I don't care. Let's get it.
So I got a motion and a second. All in favor? Aye.
Aye.
All opposed, motion carries.
Yeah, Mark.
Marvin don't care.
Time.
Not by Marvin.
Good, I didn't pass it down. Oh lordy. Now I want to try 7. Consideration of possible action on acknowledging receipt of notice of tort claim, Southwestern Bell.
Southwestern Bell uses their own form. It doesn't require the board's signature, just, you know, for us, is that you're going to acknowledge that we have received it. It has been forwarded to ACO.
It is ours. It's mine. We did it.
I'll make a motion that we have received it.
I'll second.
All in favor? Aye. Motion carries. 8, do we need to do 8, drawing consideration of possible action on withdrawing 6-month bid for crushed asphalt?
I have not heard from Cheryl at SANI. However, when I'm done here, I'm headed to meetings in Norman that she should be in attendance at. So hopefully I can get an answer.
You want to do a no action?
If you would do that until I can.
I didn't see a lot on that agenda.
No action on 8.
We have none on
8.
items 9 and 10.
Number 11, consideration of possible action on consent agenda items.
No transfers. Cash bones.
Page 3. Jeffrey, do you have something on the agenda?
Oh, it's my traveling around seeing you all. Get abused by you all. Monty.
I ain't said a word.
You don't intend to, right?
But I can if you'd like me to. I got plenty to say.
You got a whole list of stuff to talk about?
Hey, have they, Bridge Creek, have they completed that?
Bridge Creek.
Your fourth account bridge that they're, have they started?
Well, so y'all get out and see us more often, then you'd know. Yes, it's complete.
You know, that date takes a lot of time.
Everything's complete with me getting my money back.
Has the FEMA not paid?
Not yet.
Have they paid you for the first one?
Yes. Yes, they have. Now that one really turned out good though. It looks nice. Timing was pretty good on it too. They closed the bridge up there on 51. I mean, they didn't close it. It's down to like, one lane of traffic. So a lot of the farmers, they're, now that they can use that road, that I got that open, saves them a lot of time of sitting up there in traffic and all that.
They just went down the 1 mile and over.
Yeah.
I take it to the conversation that I had this weekend. Some counties are having issues with their sheriff recording some of that kind of stuff.
What are you talking about?
Oh, like the commissary, the cash pay accounts. Send that back and get more.
It is up.
Yeah, right.
Well, a little bit.
Yeah, a little bit.
CVRI was up a little bit too.
You have extra? This one was doubled up.
Just wait till Holt gets his paying sales tax from all of this.
Well, listen, I'm going to be real interested to hear all of that today about some of those bills that are up.
That fellow's got an interesting idea about how taxes ought to work, I'll tell you that. Not a real interesting idea, but it is interesting. Bored.
Those are blankets.
So I'd be okay with the way Hope thinks it, if the counties were allowed to keep all the ad valorem taxes that we collect. All. And then you could figure out how to pay for the schools. Out of state funds, right? Isn't that his deal?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's a state, yeah. These are state funds, these aren't county funds, right?
Well, and just like taking all the road money, you know, that might even be conceivable if the law allowed us any other method of road money.
Well,
But-
sales tax, I mean, we can always do that.
In the higher,
But the problem even with sales tax for the counties is it's capped.
Right.
So even if the full 2% went to county roads, it isn't a balance offset to the other funding.
I'm not sure is there a county in Oklahoma that has reached the max on that 2%?
I think so.
Yeah. That'd be interesting to look at, see how they,
I'm in no way in
How they did that.
support of his goofball bill that he has out there, but I will say, reading through the Oklahoma Constitution, it does say that it's their responsibility to provide for schools way before it ever gets to roads.
And nobody's disputing the fact that there's a problem with education in the budget. I think the issue is you do not completely devastate the lower levels in trying to obtain that goal. And especially if you read his own press release, it's nothing more than a suck up. And yes, I said that live on Facebook.
you said it live down.
Yeah, to the teachers.
She said that.
I second that motion.
Is that all we have on consent agenda?
And that's it.
Well, I'll move, I guess, that we approve the consent agenda. Dying of the lack of a second. I'll make a
You're not
motion,
done
we adjourn.
getting through
Oh,
it.
come on, he is.
Being courteous.
Oh.
This is the first. There's a first.
Hey, I'm sitting here minding my own business, you jump on me, now the sharpener jumps on me. Jesus.
I just asked you for a second.
Make it work.
I'm good. I'm here all day. Till you adjourn.
It's coming up.
What about, how much do we spend a month at the newsletter and at the Courier? Just approximately.
I could give you better yearly numbers on
Okay.
total publications.
Sure.
Are running about 30,000. Now, a part of that is paid by resale because Sherry has so much publication cost she has to do.
Mhm.
But the total county expense is running around 30,000 a year.
Okay, thanks. I second.
All in favor? Aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Motion carries. Number 12, any citizen desire to be heard? Hearing none. 13, comments, announcements, and questions by the board. I got one item. David Ball approached me about, I guess the fire department's approached him about a burn ban, and I asked him for the documentation to verify that we meet all the checkpoints, and he's working on it, so they want to have a special meeting, so just heads up.
Sure.
I might be calling for a special meeting.
Are we gonna meet the criteria?
They seem to say we are, but I have not, I'd like to have it in writing.
Oh, yeah.
So, that's all I got. Anything else?
Nope.
14,
I so move.
Second.
all in favor?
Aye.